Hello, everyone. Can I get everybody's attention? Good evening. Let's see, give everybody a chance to gather. I know we have a few folks going back for some extra food. Hello, my name is Zach Abrams, and I am the Assistant Vice President of Community Engagement at CHOC Children's. And I have had the pleasure of working on the CHOC block for...
Hold it closer. There you go.
There we go. Okay. I can usually yell louder. Okay. Not outdoors. Okay. So I've been at CHOC literally almost 20 years. I celebrate my 20th anniversary in September. So super excited. I was 16 when I started. But, so I've really enjoyed being there. It's something that I never would have thought, I couldn't have imagined would be a part of my life and a part of my life for so long. And at that time, I started in a foundation and created a little department doing research. And so this opportunity came up, and it was this special event called the CHOC Walk. And I was there for about 6 months, and I had a chance to volunteer at CHOC Walk Check-In. So my first experience for that was helping to fold shirts and pull prizes and meet with all of our teams and families and corporate partners, and just help put all their stuff together and check them in and count. And then less than a year later, I had the chance and privilege to be part of the CHOC Walk. And so my life has changed forever. I've had a chance to see special moments, graduations. I've had my first weddings. I'm waiting for my first birth from one of our kiddos, so don't start anybody. But I think that'll be awesome. I am a CHOC Walk uncle, which is super awesome. So, and it's because all of you that I've had this incredible privilege and honor and experience that's forever changed my life. So we are in the shadow of our best friend and partner, the Disneyland Resort. And we are here at this very special hotel. I want to put a shout out to our friends from the Anaheim Hotel for hosting us tonight and giving us a great thanks. And you all know when the CHOC Walk is, right? August 3rd? Awesome. So we're super excited. We're back at summertime, and I've heard it's a very special year with our friends at the Disneyland Resort. So we're celebrating happiness, which is super exciting, and their birthday. So we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. We have some special guests that I wanna introduce you to. And let me see what else I need to go here, just to make sure. Last year, just a quick recap, we ended up raising over $2.3 million for CHOC. And I kind of think of last year as kind of resetting the walk after COVID. So it was extra special for me because it brought back so many memories of being in the park and getting up early and lining up at the gate with all of our friends, and then experiencing, I just lost track of how many characters and special moments and experiences we had that our friends put together for us. But then, of course, seeing all of the shirts. The shirts are my favorite, seeing all of the signs and the banners, and then just being able to stand up there and just see all the friends. And so we're excited. We had over 6,500 people last year, so we're still growing. We gotta say we're growing back our numbers, so we're excited to have that. And then, can anybody guess how much we've raised in the last 30 years, plus years?
Millions.
46 million. So that's huge. So this year we have a big goal, and we want to hopefully get that number to 50. So let's see what we can do. I think we can do it. And it'll be an extra special year with our friends at Disney, with each other, and hopefully we can hit that 50 mark for CHOC. So with that, I want to introduce some good friends of ours. I first want to thank our friends at the Disneyland Resort for everything that they do. It's really special. I've had the pleasure of working with you all for so long. We start planning a year in advance. We have lots of calls with each other, lots of meetings, and every year there's so much love and thought that's put into the experience and what you all get to see. And I can't even count how many people and cast members that are working behind the scenes. One of the stories I always like to share with people is when we have like our unveiling to our team. And there is literally a team of people, I've lost track, and each team is working to create this very special experience for all of us. So as a lot of you know, we go back to Walt, and Walt was there to help form CHOC. And so this partnership has continued for all these years. We have a member of Disney execs always on our board. That's never ever changed. And in addition to such an incredible fundraiser that brings our community together, there's a lot of other things we do, and they bring lots of joy and magic to the kids, most of all with the character visits and our mini walk. So thank you. You know, CHOC Walk happens with quite a few partners and friends, and we have a very special friend with us here today. We were kind of chatting and trying to figure out how long it's been that we've been working together with our friends at KTLA. So when I first started, believe it or not, we didn't have a media partner. And I was like, well, this is really funny. How do we have a media partner? So long story short, we were doing an event with our friends at the Anaheim Ducks, and Henry was there as the MC. And we were backstage, and I'm like, I got to talk to this guy, because I don't know, but we have to get a media partner. So I said, hey, we'd like to talk to you. And he was about to go on. He said, sure. And as it turned out, our friend Tim O'Day knew Henry and Phil and everybody at KTLA, and they have such a close partnership with the Disneyland Resort that goes back many years. So I think it was just meant to be. So I want to thank our friends at KTLA. They donate all the time on the air for us. Henry shares all those stories, and that's something we could never afford to do. And all that money that we save, all those people we touch, all those folks that learn about the CHOC Walk, just like all of you that share, we want to thank our friends at KTLA too. So before I have Henry come up, one last group I want to thank, in addition to all of our teams and our sponsors, is our influencer community. We have something really unique. Oh, okay. Influencers. But I wanted to say why we love them so much. We love you guys because we're really fortunate to have you. I get calls, I've gotten calls for 20 years from other walks all over the country. And they say, how is it that your walk has so many people year after year and raises so much money? And I'm like, well, we're at Disneyland. But beyond that, we have a whole family that comes with that relationship. Not is it just the families that we care for at the hospital and in the community and all those corporate friends that come with them, but we have all of our influencer family. And so, you know, you all are our voice. You connect with the community that understands us. You understand how and what this is and why it's so special and magical. And so we want to thank you for sharing our stories, for sharing the journeys of our patients and our families, and really doing that. You know, you give us that, and you raise money too. So again, thank you, influencers. And then I don't know, another reason why I think I appreciate y'all so much too, is part of our culture and what makes CHOC Walk special. Again, they always ask me these questions. You know, we have a lot of things that we do and that we've learned and that we've been blessed with that are gifts from our friends at Disneyland. And that has been the love and passion for art and the expression of that art that Walt created. And that carries on through our prizes, our incentives, and of course Choco the bear, which I know Choco might be here later. Yeah, okay. And we want to thank Jeff Benito for creating such beautiful artwork. Our commemorative pin, our medallion, our t-shirt, and all the beautiful art that we have. So thank you for doing that and for giving us that gift and sharing your love and passion with us too. And then I get to introduce. Okay, so I told you the story about Henry, but he is our honorary celebrity ambassador. I think he's the most famous news person in the country. I have people that come to me all the time, like, you're really famous. But Henry has been there for us, and I'm going to let Henry share his story, and then we're going to ask a few questions and stuff too. So thank you, Henry.
Thank you, Zach. All right, can you hear me okay? Or yeah, I'll try that. All right, Zach is too kind. So for those of you who don't know who I am, I work at KTLA Channel 5, meteorologist there for the morning news. And as Zach was saying, you know, we were talking earlier, and we were trying to decide how long we've been doing this, and then you had mentioned the Ducks event, and I went back and I looked, and that was 2012. So I'm assuming maybe that same year, but at least 12 years we've had a partnership, perhaps 13 years, as Zach mentioned. And just to let you know a little bit about myself and actually how this came to be, I was born and raised in the city of Orange. I'm from Orange County, and I know many of you know this story, those of you that have been here. And by the way, it's great to see so many familiar faces, so I love that. But for those that haven't heard this, born and raised in the city of Orange, I still live in Orange County, lived here pretty much my whole life. And CHOC was always very special for many reasons. But I met Zach, and he told me about CHOC, and I didn't even need him to tell me about CHOC, because prior to that, my youngest son, Jack, was born with not a life-threatening issue, but he was born with an issue that, as an infant, we were at CHOC, my wife and I, for every day, just about, for about 8 weeks. And that is where I learned, even though I grew up in the shadows of hearing about CHOC and knowing about CHOC, that is where I learned firsthand not just the quality care that the doctors and the nurses provide those young children that are there at CHOC, but also the support that it gives to the parents. And it's just a beautiful community, and it touched me, it touched my wife Lisa, and that never went away. So when I met Zach, as he mentioned, he said, "Hey, let's do something. Can we do something?" I went to the station. I said, "This is something that is dear to me. This is something I'd like to get involved with." And I was very thankful that they went in with both feet. And it's been a great partnership. And just the thank yous that you give to us in our station, I want to tell you, it is something that we look forward to as a station every year, something that we rally around, and something that means a lot to the fabric of our newsroom and our station. So we thank you for this partnership, and we expect many more years of this partnership to go on. But this is a beautiful, obviously, this is a beautiful evening. This is a beautiful time for us to get together and talk about CHOC, talk about CHOC Walk. And I know many of you probably are dealing with things when you go home, and thank goodness we have CHOC. And thank goodness we have this man right here, Zach, to lead the charge for everything that he do. Because I know many of you know him on a very personal level. He never stops. And he's already thinking of events in 2027, knowing Zach. So, but again, I just want to say it's been a great partnership. We are so proud to be a part of that at KTLA. I am for personal reasons, but also just I cannot tell you how great that morning feels to be out there and meet families and share stories. And it is something where you think you're going to give, but you get so much back. And I think you can all appreciate that. This is something that gives and you get at the same time. So thank you for that. I appreciate the opportunity to be here again.
It really does give back. I think I don't have to squeak. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. Okay. Don't go too far. Okay. Let's see. So we know how long Henry, 12 years. I can't believe that. Okay. Oh, Beaver scene. I bet you didn't know that's what you were coming to experience, right? So Henry, what's your favorite CHOC Walk memory and aspect of the walk?
Oh, it's question time.
Yeah.
You know what? To pick, I do have a particular memory of a particular CHOC Walk, but the memories, there's so many of them, and really the best memories are just sharing intimate stories with the children and the CHOC Walk families. I mean, it really is, and it's so inspiring. And that is what I love. What brings me back is just that. But the one memory I have of all the CHOC walks was, without question, the Hurricane CHOC walk. And I must admit, now we use that kind of loosely, hurricane, because it kind of missed us. It went down south. It was a tropical storm. But I remember calling Zach the day before, and I'm like, Zach, this is like a hurricane. Are we still doing CHOC walk? And he's like, I should be calling you. Why are you calling me? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure this out. But he said, nope, the show will go on, and it did. And it was a memorable show. I love that CHOC walk. It was so much fun for those of you that got to experience. It was a little inconvenient with the rain, but I think it added to it.
It was my favorite.
Yeah, it added.
That is, yeah, definitely my favorite. And then I think you're going to be back here broadcasting live from Disneyland on May 16th to kick off something special?
Yes. Disney celebrating their 70th anniversary. So congratulations to Disney. And yes, our station will be out there. We will be live that morning. We will be doing our whole morning news live from Disneyland. So if you can't make it, you can tune in to Channel 5, and we're going to have some great guests, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of opportunities to talk about CHOC Walk as well.
Awesome. Cool. And then, of course, on August 3rd as well. And there we go. So let's give Henry a big applause. Thank you for being this great popular friend. Seriously, thank you so much. We're pretty lucky. Okay. So we are having some visual technical difficulties, but we can share and describe the beauty of the walk. So I want to introduce you all to a very special friend of ours. Trying to think of my first. So I was at the mini walk, and I was standing over crying near the Disney booth, and kids were coming down, and Minnie Mouse was walking around and sharing joy. There was an area where we had photos, and I was right in front of our gift shop, just kind of watching, taking it all in and saying, I'm not gonna cry today, but I did. And those were tears of joy and happiness, and just how much our community comes together. If you haven't experienced the mini walk, it's a very special event that our friends from Disney and our CHOC Walk sponsors create, and they bring the CHOC Walk to our kiddos who are too sick to come to walk. So it really is just the most incredible day. I have a hard time choosing what my favorite experience is, obviously for different reasons, and they're both very special. So I saw this young lady with some ears, different ones, and she just had this energy, and just a glow, an energy and happiness and joyfulness, and you could just see how much fun she was having being there, seeing all the characters, seeing all our friends and sponsors from Chick-fil-A to KTLA, our friends at Mayor, everybody. And so she is and has given us a blessing and a gift to be our CHOC Walk ambassador, and she's going to lead us for the 2025 CHOC Walk in the park. So I want to introduce Belle Weech, our 2025 CHOC Walk ambassador.
Hi everyone, I am so excited to be here. My name is Belle, I'm a cancer survivor, and I'm your 2025 CHOC Walk ambassador. Thank you. It's actually my 4th walk since I've been a baby, and my 3rd walk since my cancer diagnosis. I had 18 rounds of chemo, 20 rounds of radiation, and 2 major surgeries. I was diagnosed in April 2023 and finished treatment in August and rang the bell in September. CHOC Walk means so much to me. Everyone who knows me knows that I constantly talk about it. I count down the days. It's my favorite day of the year. And I actually share the same birthday as CHOC Walk, November 10th, 1990. I'm not that old, but I wasn't born yet, but still. 2 of my favorite things in the world are my love for CHOC and my love for Disney. My friends always say if I'm not at CHOC, I'm usually at Disneyland. We've been pass holders and we're obsessed. Our whole family's obsessed since I've been like in the womb. So I love Disney. So every round of chemo that I had, chemo is very hard and it took a lot of energy out of me. It's something unimaginable unless you go through it or you have a family friend who goes through it or family. But something we did to bring joy. Me and my family, we'd always go to Disneyland the day before a chemo round. And that just brought me all these good vibes and energy, knowing that I got to be at my favorite place before I was about to have an extremely hard week in my life. Each chemo round, I would wear this Disney Mickey sorcerer hat. That's why I also have the ears. It kind of became like my symbol. I love Mickey sorcerer and all that. And I would wear this every chemo round, take a picture in front of Choco at the Choco in front of the hospital. And it just brought me like these vibes that I'm gonna be okay. And I get to bring the Disney magic with me in the hospital. And everyone loved it. It lights up. So everyone was always like, look at your hat. It's like so cool. So, CHOC is a very special place. My nurses, my doctors, even the people here tonight, of course, the people at the check-in for CHOC, they've all become a family that I can never repay with my thankfulness. They have become my second family, and every appointment I have now that I'm done with cancer treatment, I look forward to it because I get to see that family again. And I missed out on a lot of things for high school. I'm a sophomore now, so I missed out on all my first year of high school, missed out on things with my friends, but that CHOC family replaced that hole in my heart, and I'll never be able to repay them. So this is my way of thanking CHOC for all they did for me, and it's to bring awareness to the CHOC Walk, to raise as much money as I can for CHOC, to repay what they did for me for other kids. So I'm going to tell you about my 3 favorite things about CHOC Walk. First, it's magical. There is no other feeling in the world that I can describe but CHOC Walk except saying it's magical. You walk on Main Street with the music blasting, the lights, the sunrise, which you only get to do at CHOC Walk, see the sunrise, and all these families there for multiple reasons. To thank back for CHOC for all they've done for their kid or their family, to remember the people that they've lost, or just to be there to help support people. And that's what my team, Bill's Brigade, is there, was just to help me support me through my cancer treatment. And it's at the most magical place on earth, so I want everyone to experience it because it will definitely change them. Next is its purpose. It raises money to support the programs that encourage and help kids as they go through their treatment. So Ryan Seacrest Studios, Lois the Therapy Dog, that's my personal favorite. All the Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween parties they do, art therapy, those are all examples of the programs that they have at CHOC to help kids feel happy while they're going through the unimaginable. And I don't think that I could have gone throughout my journey without all those programs. Those are just what made me feel joy when I couldn't feel joy at home. Yeah, so that's a big thing. And lastly, it is so fun. Come on, getting to walk around Disneyland before it opens with your friends, your family, seeing all the characters and their special outfits, it's like one in a lifetime experience. And it's so easy to raise the money, which is what's amazing. So this year, I plan on rallying with my friends, family, hospital staff, school and community to join my team, Bill's Brigade. I want to be a film director one day, so I took the opportunity to document my cancer journey on my social media. Everyone who follows me knows my love for CHOC and Disney. If you want to follow me, all my socials are at It's Belly Bell. I look up to so many of you influencers here tonight, and your content inspires me every day. So I need your help to promote the CHOC Walk. I would love to meet with any of you to do a video, answer any questions you might have, whatever you need to help get the word out about the CHOC Walk. Let's raise an insane amount of money for these kids. Now that you all know my story, you know how much CHOC Walk means to me. CHOC Walk is even more special when you have a personal connection with someone. So I would be honored, if you don't already have a team, for you to join my team, Bill's Brigade. We have less than 100 days before the CHOC Walk, so let's get moving. I brought something very special to share with you all tonight. These are my beads of courage. Each bead represents a step in my treatment. Every poke, every blood transfusion, every doctor's appointment, every surgery, every chemo. I could go on and on. This is a constant reminder of what it took for me to get through my healing journey. Each bead doesn't just represent something I did, though. It represents something a CHOC staff member did. They helped me each step of the way. My beads of courage are also CHOC's beads of courage. I honestly can't imagine what my journey would be like in any other hospital. I stand before you tonight as someone who has been profoundly changed and impacted by all of the incredible healthcare workers at CHOC. They've all become part of our family. I am so excited for the CHOC Walk and the opportunity to give back to the place that both saved and changed my life forever. I hope you'll join me in making this the best CHOC Walk ever. Thank you.
Tissues, we need tissues up here. Bill, thank you so much. And thank you for your beautiful family. Thank you for really sharing what this is about. Please, a round of applause for And I did not realize that CHOC Walk and youth share a birthday. So
we figured that out recently too.
We're gonna have to plan a very special party. Wow, okay, so you all know what the CHOC Walk is about and what it's for and how it helps our community and kids. You know some of our great friends and partners. And now we want to share just a little bit more information and love with you about the day and some of the special things that are happening. And I'd like to introduce a good friend of mine, and she is the Disneyland Resort Ambassador, Miss Jada Young. Can you please join us? Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. Whose idea was it for me to go after Belle? We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk later. Well, hello everyone. As Zach mentioned, my name is Jada Young, and I'm one of the Disney ambassadors of Disneyland Resort for 2024 and 2025, which means that this is my second in our CHOC Walk as a Disney ambassador, which is incredibly exciting. I feel like the sentiment of tonight is about how incredibly special this specific event feels amidst all of the things that we all get to be a part of in our daily lives. So I'm really grateful that I get to be here with all of you tonight to thank you for sharing the good news of what we're doing at CHOC Walk. Especially this year, of course, we are celebrating the 70th celebration, that's 70 decades of happiness at the Disneyland Resort, and we're really grateful that this event is going to get to take place amidst all of that excitement. You know, this program, the CHOC Walk, it carries a lot of history and heritage, and a lot of that history and heritage really dates back, the relationship that we have with CHOC, to Walt Disney himself. He was a part of the team who helped establish CHOC as one of the first hospitals in this region for children, which is amazing. And now, many decades later, we are so grateful that we get to continue to celebrate that connection with CHOC Hospital through events like CHOC Walk, like Mini Walk, like so many of the events that Zach mentioned earlier today. And after 33 years, as Zach mentioned, we have been able to raise $46 million for this region, exactly on the cause. And it really is thanks to so many of you for continuing to share the story of CHOC, of Disney, of what we get to do, and spreading the word of everything that we get to do at CHOC Walk. So this Sunday, or this August 3rd, this summer on Sunday, we are so excited. I'm going to set the scene. Belle kind of told you about it. We are going to get to see the sunrise over Disneyland Park. And as you wind your way through both Disneyland Park, Disney California Adventure, you're going to meet so many characters, so much magic, and we are so excited to welcome all of you for CHOC Walk this summer. And speaking of magic, I'm sure many of you know our Magic Key Holder team that takes place every single year. We're so excited to welcome that team. Last year, the Disneyland Resort Magic Key team included about 320 participants, and they were able to raise $80,000, over $80,000. And so this is where you come in, because this year, the team to date, they've had about 100 team members already recruited, which is so exciting. So if you have any followers who are a Magic Key Holder or they want to be a part of the team, we encourage you to let them know that they can visit chocwalk.org/Disney Magic Key Holders, Again, that is chalkwalk.org/Disney Magic Keyholders if they are interested in joining the team. And with even more excitement, this year, again, our CHOC Walk members, they can also purchase, or if they raise $375 by the fundraising deadline, they will be able to receive a Disneyland ticket so they can continue to experience the magic of Disney. And what better time to do it, especially as we celebrate the 70th anniversary. As many of you know, as Zach mentioned, as Henry mentioned, we kick things off on May 16th, and we have so many exciting things that our guests will get to enjoy, including the return of Paint the Night. Do we have any fan favorites? I know Paint the Night is returning. The return of Wondrous Journeys. We even have new shows and entertainment that are coming, like World of Color Happiness. So many things that our guests are going to enjoy, and again, it is all to celebrate the happiness that we have been able to create for the past 70 years at Disneyland. Again, I really just want to thank you on behalf of Disney, on behalf of our 36,000 customers that Zach mentioned take to make this magic of CHOC Walk happen. We are so grateful for all of you for spreading the word and allowing our guests, allowing the world to see what we get to do. And we can't wait to see you for the 2025 CHOC Walk in the Park again on August 3rd. Let's make this the best year yet.
So it's a big year. It's a big year of happiness and joy and magic. And this is my opportunity to kind of wrap it up and remind everybody of some really awesome things that are coming up, because I know Tim will get mad at me if I forget something. And so will Ashley. So first of all, just thank you, Jada. Thank you, friends at Disney, for everything you do and giving us the best place in the world, the happiest place in the world to have this very special gathering. As you know, we're just so close to raising our $50 million, so I think we're going to get there this year. We hope to have more walkers and participants again this year. You know, everybody can sign up at www.chocwalk.org. Create a team. There's lots of information about hotels. We have specially priced discounts for hotel stays at Disney California, our Disneyland Grand California Hotel, and the Disneyland Hotel as well. And I believe we're going to add a few more partners as well. So I know we're working with our friends at Marriott here at the Anaheim Hotel. So lots of opportunities there to make it a magical weekend. As you know, we have tons of incentives. We're really excited. All of our incentive levels all include Disneyland Resort tickets and park hoppers. We have some incredible grand prizes as well, which again are some extra special Disney magic. I would love to be the #1 fundraiser because that would be insane. You get a VIP tour guide. I mean, I can't imagine a better weekend. So a lot there. We're always adding more information. We have our friends from Chick-fil-A that give us lots of free meals and incentives as well. So we're going to have more information about that. And speaking of our friends at Chick-fil-A, we have our Cookie Sweet Day and Brownie Day coming up, and that's on June 20th. So that's at all the participating Orange County Chick-fil-A's. And so I'll be looking to reaching out to influencers that can help us promote and spread the word and get some happy treats and snacks for you as well. 100% of the proceeds from every single goodie and sweet goes back to CHOC. So we're super excited about that. Don't forget about our Magic Key team. So we'll have lots of information on their team page and information there. Usually there's some extra incentives for being a participant of that team. So that's awesome and a lot of fun. And we're always adding things. So it's important to check that site. I really want to encourage everybody to stay. We've got Belle who's going to be over there. And you'll have a chance to talk to her. Please, please, please connect, share, tag us at CHOC Walk and at CHOC Children's. Tag each other, tag your friends, tag our sponsors. It all helps us to spread the word and to encourage folks to get involved. Reach out to us if you have any questions, anything you may need, any ideas. Please, please, please let us know. We get all our best ideas from all of you, and we like to share that with each other as well. But I think, anything else? Oh, Jeff is going to be signing posters for all this year's CHOC Walk art, so be sure to visit him in the back. And then also, I believe our special visitor is going to be back there, and you'll get a chance to have a picture with Choco. And I think, is there anything else? Oh my gosh, okay, that's a wrap. So thank you all so much. Thank you. And thank you for being here and coming out. And please enjoy the rest of your night. And let's have a lot of fun. See you on August 3rd.